Oh yeah, it's time. SGA versus the Cobra. Let's get it.
This is Brian Anderson. I'm with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Let's see some of the numbers here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
All right, let's check out the starting group for the Thunder. They've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jonas Valanciunas out there with Chet Holmgren. Then it's Josh Giddey, and it's Williams in at the 3. And for Washington, we've got George. Marvin Bagley is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Johnson, and it's Nembhard in at the shooting guard position. Well, we got an old-fashioned matchup on our hands tonight, Grant. 2 teams who deploy impactful big men.
Yeah, B.A., and in a league where perimeter play so often is the deciding factor.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Gilgeous-Alexander against Johnson. Bagley passes to George. Nails the wide-open jumper.
And George's guys in.
You would think the Thunder is like Paul George's time to really get up and do, some work, but no, the Thunder really doesn't, excite him for real.
The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. Thunder out in front, leading by 7. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Avdia. Then there's Johnson. Then it's Marvin Bagley. And it's Jones in at the point guard position. That's the group for Washington right now. Washington has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Avdia passes to Jones. Johnson a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Jones' shot is good.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Checked in. And while we have a moment, let's see some of the contenders for this year's three-point contest. Some of the players who have a shot to make the final cut.
Hey, not a bad list of shooters at all. And really, with how many threes we see.
I suppose we're still continuing on the theme of the aftermath of trades. And it's not even the trade deadline yet, bruh. But we've been facing aftermath after aftermath. This is another one. Even though the Thunder are all the way up and don't need to trade nobody to get better, they did. And Jalen Williams is on the 76ers. Doesn't matter though. Hell no.
City, an insane quarter. No one could stop him. We'll be right back with you shortly.
This is no cap. This is no cap, bro. I really feel like the Thunder have a vendetta against us, bro. I might have created a brand new rivalry without even realizing it. Because, the Thunder, even though they're high up in the rankings and the standings, they go all out when they play us, bro. And I have one little guess as to why. It's because we beat them in the NBA Cup championship, in the finals. That's it. That's the reason. That's the tweet. I dropped 51 against the Thunder in the finals, and I don't think they've let go of that ever since, just because they've been doing some serious work. since then. They've been playing angry against everybody since then. Hey, I guess I'm glad, you know.
And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Shea, you were using those long arms to be disruptive on the defensive end. What's your focus at that end of the floor?
I'm just trying to be as active as possible. And like you said, getting my length involved, something I've been blessed with, and I just want to use it.
That activity, that length was noticed. Congratulations.
All right, thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight's game. And as we leave, we give you our New Balance Player of the Game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wizards ready to get to work on their home court. This was earlier today as they came through the tunnel. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Washington, they're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot.
And seeing where Washington is, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
They were in mid-season form right off the bat. And like you said, focus. It shows how determined this group is to make this a season to remember.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Grant is out there with Sharp. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Ayton in at center, locking down the middle. And for the Wizards, they've got Clint Capella. George is out there with Avdia. Then it's Johnson. And it's Nembhard in at the two. And a chance here to check out some stats for Malcolm Brogdon.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last.
I can truly say that the Portland Trailblazers are tanking, for sure, without a doubt. Also, just to make sure that we're doing work this game, unlike last game, I got on the early 2000s Wizards jerseys, okay? When you put those on, there's no way you can take a L, bro. I don't know what it is. It's just the mojo of it. The spirit of old Michael Jordan is in our jerseys. I don't know what it is, fam. You know, Gilbert Arenas. But every time we wear these and the gold joints, dubs. Straight
left to play in the first quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Johnson outside. The rebound by Grant.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And that one's good, Brogdon.
Well, it's much easier to space the floor when you have effective shooters like Brogdon on your roster.
Here's Johnson. Here's Avdia. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Wizards up 4. They'll be back shortly, live from Washington.
Almost identical. Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead by 2. They'll be back shortly, live from Washington.
Half it's been.
The difference in this game, the free throw disparity. They've been too complacent on the offensive end, and defensively, no discipline.
Yep, giving away points at the charity stripe makes their job much more difficult. Moving on to our next topic, All-Star voting. A peek at the latest returns.
Hard to disagree with the names on that board, man. But every year, some guys fly under the radar who are not represented.
Fortunately, there's still time for those guys to make their case. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We've got Sharp, Andre Ayton out there with Grant. Then it's Thompson, and it's Brogdon in at the 2. Thompson against Johnson to the right side. Avdia. Capella with a screen on Grant. The 3 from Johnson. Cans it from downtown. Johnson's got the...
I'm a little mad at the Blazers, though. I'm a little mad. Because they're a West Coast team. They have Rob Williams. They trade Rob Williams to who? The freaking Heat, bro. Why would you trade him to the Heat? They're already stacked. They already have Bam Adebayo. They already have Jaime Jaquez Jr. Nikola Jovic. Now they got Rob Williams this season, bro. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing? Also, they got 2 dunk contest people, Shaedon Sharpe and Asor Thompson, who might actually do it.
Confident Brogdon is in his scoring ability, able to get it done from everywhere.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Hard in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Bagley, no good. Trailblazers leading by 7. In the corner, it's Robinson. Misses the 3.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Basket counts.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Now, here's Brogdon. Guarded closer. Henderson. Rebound by the Wizards. Johnson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The 3. It's good from long range.
Yeah,
This is what you call a trap game. Shout out to my free throws right there. This is what you call a trap game. Portland Trailblazers are nowhere near the top 10. Not even close. But somehow they're in the game. And I don't want to put it on him, but Dominating has been doing his thing. I don't like him. I don't like him as an NBA player. I never liked him as a prospect in Arizona. I just never liked Ayton. But I will say Dominating is actually doing his thing in this game. It is kind of weird. But we are one of the top teams in the league, so we're gonna make it do what it do, bro. We're gonna just figure it all out. Fuck it. But man, this game is way closer than it should be. Way closer than I expected. But we execute, fam. We execute. And we're executing right now just to get this dub. But dude, why is this shit so close? Like, who is really scoring other than Dominating? Jeremy Grant, Malcolm Brogdon, Shaedon Sharpe.
It's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. How does a win like this keep you guys going forward?
gives us confidence. You know, it's always good to get a win, but it definitely gives us confidence and, you know, keep us wanting to work even harder because, you know, this one almost slipped away from us.
Yeah, great effort tonight by the team and by you, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Much appreciated, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As New Balance presents our player of the game, the Cobra.
Bro, I wasn't lying. 38, 11, and 1. Everyone else had less than 20 points, bro. Malcolm Brogdon with 14 points in 42 minutes. 34 minutes, I had 27, 11, and 5. Only one turnover. Paul George had 13 points in 31 minutes. Not exactly the greatest. Nembhard, second leading scorer. 7 for 10, 4 for 6. Shout out to him. Rui Hachimura is out. That's okay.
Kick back and tune in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Washington Wizards. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. A look at how All-Star voting is going thus far.
And so much fun to see the tallies start to come in. See how things start to look.
And you look at Mobley. The fans have pushed him into the top 10 in the Eastern Conference voting.
And I'm glad they have. This is a guy who deserves to be up there with the rest of those names.
And keep checking in for the latest in All-Star voting results. And now the Washington Wizards starters. Clint Capella out there with Avdia. Then there's Paul George.
Especially on offense.
And they backed it up with their play. Got production from everyone, and they were able to walk the walk on the offensive end.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
It just seems like the defense wasn't interested. They got away with one.
Oh, and Johnson's.
Now, we had just faced the new look Cavs. You feel me? Bridges, Mitchell, yeah, Mobley. We had just faced him. And I'm not gonna lie, the new look roster kind of took us by surprise as far as talent goes, you know. So now we're in Cleveland, second week in a row that we're facing them. We're not as surprised by a bunch of this stuff, man. We're not about to sit here and let everybody go crazy like how we did last time. We got our asses whooped. That's not about to happen again. I'm not going to let it happen again. I don't know about Paul George, but I'm not letting it happen again. With the slam.
That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that does it for the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead. Up 4. We've got more in store for you right after this. Washington has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Pass to Capella. Capella, screen on Porter. Johnson with it. Here's Avdia. Back to Johnson. Here's Nembhard. He's guarded by Porter. And again, Washington, no good.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
And it's Mitchell, the miss.
His offensive output just isn't there tonight, but his teammates have found a way to pick up the slack.
And there's the screen. Pass to Nembhard. There's the triple. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and carries it with the
I'm not really sure what I'm excited for more. The All-Star weekend is going to be very interesting to say the least as far as I switched the rules up to make it rookies versus sophomores again. And we're all going to be wearing our team jerseys. So, I don't know. It's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be kind of cool. Hit the 360 on the breakaway. Should have got the good camera. I don't know why I didn't break out the good camera on that one. I don't know if I'm more excited for All-Star Weekend or the playoffs, because the Eastern Conference playoffs is about to be super duper duper interesting, man. As soon as these teams get like really on their feet from these new looks, yeah.
Howdy, folks. Time for halftime fun. Woohoo! Before we check out the action at hand, first order of business, the power rankings.
Well, right now for Washington, they slide down to the 5th spot. Clearly a good team, but nowhere in the discussion for best in the league right now.
No, not the best in the league, but they still have their chances, Shaq, overall. But clearly, a few other teams look more dangerous right now.
And next up, let's take a look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, who seem pretty well matched in their game.
Great job minimizing turnovers, making the simple pass, not trying to do too much.
Yeah, the inclination is to press too hard sometimes. They certainly letting the game come to them.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
They've been very effective from the three-point line. That's the key for them so far. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
He's starting the fourth off up. This is how I envisioned our last game. It just didn't pop out that way. Sometimes I be thinking it's 3 seconds, man. They call 3 seconds real quick on your boy, but when it comes to the computer, I don't know. They give him a little leeway. They might give him like 5 seconds. It might be the 5-second rule for the computer, because they be chilling in the paint, bro. Sometimes I actually count out loud, like 1, 2, 3. He's still in there. He should get the call. You feel me? Like shit like that. That is what it is, bro. Hit a quick little on him. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping the momentum going. If there's a scoring drought, I make sure to get my ISO on, get the pick and roll going, get in my spots like that. Just a little, I guess, advice. I'm just now getting back into the scoring a little bit more, because, you know, I'm kind of left out to dry out here a little bit. It's the middle of the season, so I get it. People are tired. We want to get to the end of the season, want to get to the playoffs. All-Star Weekend is coming February, so people are already kind of taking their like mental break before it even comes. I'm getting into my scoring, so basically I was just trying to say the mid-range counts, man. The mid-range is very important if you want to get to like 30 points, 40 points, stuff like that.
Not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's gonna put his foot on the pedal.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Paul, this team seems to be rounding into shape. What is your sense of the chemistry right now?
Really good, real beneficial. It's great that we was able to pick this one up. That's what it's about. We don't care if it's a blowout or if it's a close one. We need to learn how to do both. So it's great. We were able to pick this up. Good quality team win.
Good luck on continuing to build that chemistry.
Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Brian Anderson saying thank you for tuning in as we present the New Balance Player of the Game.
We're looking at a much more tame box score than the last game. 22 points, 4 and 4, no turnovers, 19 and 12 out of Mobley, 17 points out of Bridges. Craig Porter Jr., 13 points, 28, 9 and 4. Denny Avija had a double-double, 14, 12. Tyus Jones, 14. Capella had 19 rebounds, bro. This man has 0 points in 25 minutes. Get him the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sick of it.